one more here, and then we'll wrap it up. Thank you for joining me today. And boy, this is a big spread for the Ravens and the Steelers. I'm going to go back. I wish I would have prepared. I say I don't prepare. I spend a couple hours readying myself for the show with all my notes and computers and lines and picks all set up. But well, now one thing I want to know, and I didn't check, was uh, when was the last time maybe there was a 4 point spread? I mean, that's not a big spread, but it feels like every other game is like 1 or 2 points, doesn't it? 4 point spread for this game feels like a touchdown to a certain extent. But we know that the Steelers had some issues last week with Pickett in there, and now his status is really, I think, why we're seeing this point spread what it is right now. But the news so far on Pickett is he's been upgraded to questionable. So I think that's a good sign moving forward. But I'm sure that's why the spread has moved higher here from as low as one. I think the general opener was two, quickly to 2.5, and now to 4.5. I believe that look ahead line was one. But Ravens here on the road against the Steelers team where this is always a good series for the Steelers, but we know the Steelers are probably more broken right now. It feels like they're 2-2, so no problem there. And look, they won that game against the Browns. I think we all, they still can be competitive at home, but are the Ravens just finally a step up in class here in this series? Obviously, they are. I mean, the spread is moving in the Ravens' direction now up to -4 on the road. It almost feels like, right, like an automatic take because when you have Tomlin, you figure Pittsburgh 27 15-1 against the spread last 43 when the spread is 3 points or lower. But it's a different story when you get to 4 points for the Steelers. So in the games they've lost, they scored only 6 points and 7 points. Now Pickett, this is the most important factor of the game, and I imagine if he is ruled in, there will be some buyback. I don't think, no one's saying that Pickett's worth a point to the. Maybe he's not. Maybe this is going to be maybe a half a point. I don't know. You still have Lamar Jackson. He's still, basically won 70% of the games he takes the field. And remember, they've won and covered all. They've won and covered in all three of their wins. They've won and covered in all three of their wins, and the game they lost was that overtime game to the Colts. So we know the Colts have the improvement tag on them so far. Baltimore's allowed just 3 touchdowns so far this season on 49 drives. This is the best defense in the league. Is the most underrated defense. Never going to underrate the Baltimore defense necessarily, right? I mean, I think it's something we can always expect. We don't have the big names of the past, but this is going to be Ravens Steelers, right? It's going to be knockdown, drag out. They've gone under in 5 of the last 6. The total's 38. The Steelers' offense has been they've been outgained by over 100 yards per game so far, and 3 of the 4 have stayed under for the Steelers. Baltimore's gone under in 3 of 4. They've also gone under in 15 of their last 25 road games. Baltimore's in a spot they're not the best in as a road favorite. They are just 6-10 against the spread as a road favorite, but 9-5 against the spread in the division on the road. Now they're usually involved in more closely rated games than they're not always favored. Think of these opponents that they face on the road when you're talking about the Bengals and the Brown and that series right there. But this one, right? I mean, if you were to think of, look, this is a total open as a 41 and as high as it got as high as 41.5 on the look ahead. But that's just Thomas says this season's almost over. Steven says you got to take the Steelers. I mean, you get Steelers in these points and even sprinkle the money line. These are the Steelers. Why wouldn't they be able to compete in this game? Yeah, Baltimore seems to be doing it all right now. I'm going to lay 4 points on the road. I don't know, maybe that's – I feel like it's almost out of character for me right now, but I'm a little bit on Baltimore here moving forward. Look, we made – talked about MVP Jackson last season and, okay, wasn't a great season. Is he going to go to another team? What's wrong with Jackson? Is he any good anymore? Whatever. He looks pretty motivated to me. Mike's got the Steelers to win this one by 1. Of course. I mean, this is a Steelers and Ravens, man. This is why isn't this game on? I'd take this game tonight. Because how many times, right, Ravens, Steelers, Sunday night? It feels like the Sunday night game a lot of times. I bet I haven't seen when the other when the other game is. I bet it is Sunday night football. Anybody have the schedule in front of anybody? We got the Baltimore crew in here at all? Ray says, give me the Ravens tonight. I don't even know. I would just guess the next time they play is a Sunday night game. It might be Monday. Feel like it's a prime time. I sure wish it was tonight's game or something. Just take Jackson for a TB. Don't worry about the side. Take Jackson anytime touchdown. Yeah, okay, Neil. Well, unfortunately, the theme of this show is pick a side or total on every play. But I am going to start with more props coverage here because of the fact that Tony'sPicks.com is featuring their prop selections. And while I'll unlikely have until the biggest games many prop selections, I probably will give some out here on the show moving forward. And for me in this one, though, the Ravens are my pick. And I do like the total very, very much. Can I say that? And I probably like the side even a little bit more, but laying 4 points now, even for me, it feels a little bit uncomfortable. I just think the Ravens are all that, and the Steelers have – not that the Steelers couldn't improve. I say that now. They're 2-2. They'll probably still be very Steeler-like and battle all the way to the playoff finish very, very close to a 500 or better record. I just have a feeling that Baltimore could be in store for and they're a team that can be susceptible, certainly, to ruts. But and they've had a touch or two of injuries already. But for me, I'm taking the Ravens here, actually, to smash in this one. And when I say smash, I mean this is an NFL game. I just mean, though, if they're favored by 4 and I've got them to smash, then they're going to win by at least 6 or 7 around a touchdown and win convincingly. Maybe Pittsburgh, if they're threatening the back door, Baltimore have to stop them, but maybe Pittsburgh can only get within a touchdown by the end. We'll see. But Ravens right now, they're playing really good for me, and that's where I like them. So, all right.